Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Raggedy Pack. I am back for the Mandalorian. I'm back from the internet purgatory that is Southern Arizona. I don't think we've upgraded our broadband there since like 2005. So that is why I missed last week. So I do apologize. If I remember correctly, last week was a really good episode. Is that true?
Uh-huh.
It was the episode where the pirates attacked Navarro.
Yep.
Sound right? Okay.
Gory and Shard and Vane and the whole crew.
Yeah. Okay. I just did so much last week in terms of watching just random TV shows that got to make sure I'm on the right one. So the Mandalorians. Well, okay. I didn't watch our reaction. I'm going to be honest. I'm a terrible friend. Did you guys pick up? I'm going to assume not on Zeb.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Is that the dude
Purple
who was
guy.
at the bar? So when I saw him, my first reaction was Jedi Fallen Order, because character of the same race. You know who I'm talking about. But
I don't know if he's the same race, but close.
He looks
yes.
very similar, and he's purple. But yeah. We didn't know who the character was.
We, for those watching at home, we are planning in the early stages of, yes, they are the same race, actually. You're right, Corey.
Nice. I thought it
planning,
literally was him, so I was like, there's no way they're not related
I guess
somehow.
I just never realized a Lasat was a Jedi. So that's crazy. For those watching at home, we are planning to dig into Rebels, Corey and I at least, very, very soon. That is still being worked out, though, so the best way to get updates on that is to join our Discord, but we'll plug that again here in a second. So anyway, Zeb, that Lasat, it's not Jaro Tapal, because Jaro Tapal is dead at this point. Zeb is one of the main characters in Rebels. So that was awesome to see him. I don't know where his buddy is, which people that have seen Rebels should know who I'm talking about. I'm not going to spoil it for you, though. But that was just awesome. That was a good cool little Easter egg. Let's see. And then we went to Coruscant, where we're kind of seeing Elia spreading the Empire's influence still within the New Republic, which I don't know how I feel about it. Do you have a take on it?
I mean, I think it makes for a good antagonist, and at the same time, they're like tying it into the sequel movies, right?
Yes.
So, yeah, I think it's all right.
I think my take is this is what the sequels need if they're ever going to stand a chance at holding up. I just don't want them to.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's a mixed bag for me. For those of you that are new to the channel, I think the sequels are terrible. I think they're an absolute abomination. That has tainted the Star Wars image since the Disney purchase of Lucasfilm. And, if at the end of the day, 10 years from now, we look back and we can say, okay, the sequels make sense because of this show, I'll reevaluate my stance then. But right now, I want this show to be as far away from the sequel trilogy as possible. And so I'm not sure really how I feel. I think Elia's character is weird. I don't totally understand her motivations. And that may be by design at this point, but that's just my thought on that. Then they went to the Mandalorian cohort, told them to go, or asked them to go help Navarro. They went to Navarro. We got some of the best combat scenes we've had in this show.
Can we just? I was talking about this with Kojo, but Teva, the Adelphi Ranger, I think he's the captain. He's the GOAT. Like, he was the GOAT that episode. Just getting
Talking
all
about the New Republic pilot.
Yes. He was making everything happen.
Yeah, for sure. That's not even getting to the end of the episode yet, but yes, I totally agree. That dude he's basically him. Let's just call him. Some great space battle, fighter jet battles, I don't know what you'd call it, but great action scenes. Paz Vizsla is quickly becoming one of my favorite characters.
Yeah.
Just the way he landed and dog-eat everybody he saw, other than the heavy stationary gun. But anyway,
I love that speech scene when he takes the stick and he's like, "They, save my son, save me."
Bait and switch.
And we are Mandalorians.
I could not remember when I watched it last week. Now I remember watching it. Yes, that scene was awesome. I watched it with my dad's girlfriend and her son. And I remember them narrating it. They're like, "Oh, this is going to be great." And then he hits that bait and switch and they're like, "Oh, I didn't see that coming." I'm just sitting there. I'm like,
me and Kojo were the same way. I was like, he's a devil's advocate. And Kojo said, always. We just thought he was about to be like, no.
Shit on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So lastly, after they successfully fend off Gorian Shard, one of the most pointless villains I've ever seen in my life. They get gifted some land on Navarro, and we have the New Republic fighter pilot you mentioned, Taz.
Tava. I forget his first name.
I just make stuff up now. Tava finding the shuttle that had been transporting Moff Gideon and discovering that Beskar was in it. I have a take on it. I don't know if I'm right
on it. Was bad, like my theory crafting, because I had forgot what happened in season 2. So just off the top of my head, I had theorized like it was it could be a piece of bo-katan's Beskar as she was trying to get Moff Gideon when he had the Darksaber. And then I was reminded in the comments that he, at the time, like when Mando got the Darksaber from Moff Gideon, bo-katan was literally there. But I mean, it's been some years. I forgot. So yeah,
it has been some years, and I think that has been what has really hurt this show, is that it's been basically 3 years since the last season. My take, sort of similar, I guess not really. The Dark Troopers that we saw in season 2 were made of Beskar. Okay. I don't know if they're 100% Beskar, but they're made of Beskar. The Rangers of the New Republic, Tava in them, I don't know if they necessarily know that these Dark Troopers exist. So the fact they probably just saw Beskar, and that would be their first assumption, is it'd be Mandalorians, because Mandalorians should be the ones that are in possession of Beskar. That's not to say, the Empire wasn't mining the dead bodies of Mandalorians for Beskar, which is kind of how Dark Troopers came to be, period. But that's my theory. Other than that, it could just be another cohort that's been recruited by...
Yep. I think that was my other theory, is I said, what if there's like a Mandalorian on the dark side? And Kojo was saying that'd be really cool.
It's not unheard of. Matter of fact, our boy Paz's ancestors, the Vizslas, are known for being fun. So,
and also Bo-Katan's supposed to be going to the other tribes and uniting them now. And like, if some of them are on the dark side, that kind of like makes her job a little more difficult.
Right. So I'm thinking it's one of those two. I don't think it's... I know some people have been talking about throwing around the Armorer as the villain. I don't really see that.
I love the Armorer, dude. Her scene last episode was so badass with the hammer.
Yeah. I don't see her as being the villain. That's a weird take, but weirder things have happened. So that's a recap. That's my thoughts from the last episode. I think it was definitely one of the strongest of this season. And I'm looking forward to this one. hoping that they improve on it. I know Bryce Dallas Howard directs this episode. She is really the GOAT. I'm pretty sure she directed the Ahsoka episode, I want to say, from season 2.
Okay, that was a good one.
So either that or another one that was really good. Maybe the Luke one. I don't remember. That was in Book of Boba Fett. I don't know. Point is, she has 2 bangers under her belt, hoping for a third here. So anything I missed? Anything you can think of from last week that you wanted to get my take on since I wasn't here?
Not that I can think of. I think we covered most things, but last episode was just a great one, hoping to continue that. And also the soundtrack for the entire last episode was phenomenal. That's all I got.
Soundtrack for the show is phenomenal. Straight up. Okay. Well, before we jump into this episode, if you enjoy it, hit that like button, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of our content. We got tons of new things going onto the channel in the next coming few weeks. Star Wars, big year for that. So definitely consider staying if you have stumbled upon this for the first time. We have full-length reactions to this and all of our other shows available over on our Patreon account, along with some other perks, including 2 weeks early access to some select shows. And like I mentioned earlier, we have that Discord. Both those links are in the description below. Links to our social medias, Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, Instagram, all that jazz. And yeah, let's get into this bad boy.
Let's do it. Putting a lot of emphasis on the Darksaber in this opening, so probably gonna see it in this episode.
What are we?
I just want her to have
You
it.
rescued me.
Yeah, and the
I'll always be on
Mythosaur.
your dead.
Oh, a little fishy?
Yeah, it's dead.
Yeah, I have a feeling he's gonna eat it.
Is this Moth?
I meant to say that we were not aware of the majestic Imperial presence in this sector, and we will gladly hire your protection.
We
Oh,
are not Imperial either.
Interesting.
We're privateers.
Individuals for hire.
there's Sasha
Price
Banks.
is high, but we are very good at what we do. You see, we were already hired by a certain Mon Calamari viceroy who has reason to believe you absconded with her son.
It's a lie.
I won't go. We love each other.
Sorry, I gotta bring you back home, Shifra.
What a cute couple.
After that, you can do whatever you want.
Sure.
Okay, let's make this quick. We've got a contract waiting for us on Plaisir 15.
You know who Sasha Banks is, right?
That's the wrestler,
Don't
right?
make us stand with
Yeah.
your girlfriend's pretty little ship.
It's so funny that she's in the show, dude.
You have to go with them.
No, I love
It's like
you.
she's a first ballot WWE Hall of Famer and casually one of the more badass Mandalorians in the universe right now,
Is
too.
that all this was to you?
We knew fate was not on our side,
Who cares about fate? I love you.
and I will always love you.
Ooh.
Ew.
Come with us, Prince.
I thought Mandalorians were honorable.
We are, kid. All it takes is a few credits.
Now, what I did forget is that they decommissioned that ship, or recommissioned that ship, to be used for this purpose. Forgot that. Mandalore. Right?
No, I think that's
There
too
they are.
green to be a Mandalore.
Right, but why does it look like Mandalore?
Yeah, the dome. I don't know.
That's quite a fleet.
It seems like empty.
Yeah, it does seem that way.
Well,
Guess all the people just inside.
Come! Everyone, special guests!
Is that Jack Black?
is that Jack?
I hope you like secretions. Take a little sip. Come,
What?
honey.
So that's been what Kojo was talking about.
Let's address the
Is-
banter in the room.
Is that the frog
I
lady?
was once
Oh my
a
god,
facilities
dude.
planning officer during the war.
Okay. Yeah, so that's Lizzo.
Oh, does she look familiar?
And the Mandalorian privateer warships.
I
docked in the fields.
don't understand what's going on. Jack Black and Lizzo.
Our charter forbids us from having a military.
I don't know,
because
but
of
it's
my
hilarious.
husband's imperial past.
Yeah.
Our constables are ill-equipped to confront battle droids.
Battle droids?
Former battle droids. They've been rehabilitated for civic duty.
We thought. Obviously not. The mercenary captain, Axe Woves, indicated that he split from you because you had designs on ruling Mandalore once again.
Those plans have been abandoned.
Oh, yeah?
The offer stands nonetheless.
What do you think?
You had me at battle droids.
These droids were
I love it.
programmed to
Me
serve
too.
the community from the stockpile.
It's like
This
Order
is just a
67.
small collection of malfunctions that our security cameras caught.
So are we about to see live action battle droids?
Why not turn them all off?
Are they too dependent?
There's a cut-off switch built into this system. The citizens voted against any interruption in droid services.
Oh my god.
Yeah, too dependent on droids.
And why is that?
The citizens are no longer required to work.
Give us the list.
Well, for that, you'll have to go to the lower level and speak to the Ugnaughts.
Ugnaughts.
Okay, this
See what happens when you rely on droids.
Are you
This is
taking
kinda
this
funny.
personally?
Agreed.
Pointing it out. I am Mandalorian Din Djarin, friend of Ugnaught Queel. You will answer our questions and help us with our task. I have spoken. Thank you
Let's
for
call
your
back.
hospitality and for sharing your table with us.
wow.
Don't want to pick a fight here.
I haven't seen
Super battle
since the Clone
droids.
Wars.
I have.
It's
Any of them look
freight
suspicious.
They all
loaders.
look suspicious.
The certification is on file. I wouldn't do that if I were you.
Why is that?
Excuse me.
He is sweating bullets. Oh, man.
Oh,
All right, here we go.
well, you missed.
Recertified, huh?
You should have left them alone.
This is so funny looking, man.
That has me bricked.
Rip your car. Hope you got good insurance.
It's a free-flowing democracy.
Nice.
Bruh.
All right, that's one down.
This is a crime scene.
You kicking droids is really not helpful.
I figured out which one was malfunctioning.
got a point.
Didn't I?
Is that oil? What's that?
This episode is ridiculous.
I love droids, man.
We are in full compliance with planetary biological.
If you don't start answering questions, I'll use your memory circuit and dissect it back at the lab.
Okay.
Nobody leaves.
A word.
Stay where I can see you.
Here, droids are served nepenthe.
What's
Not
nepenthe?
fuel.
It is a viscous lubricant that protects against mechanical wear while delivering
Oil.
program refreshing subparticles.
So nepenthe
Oil.
reprograms the droids that drink here?
It patches the programming as the commands of the mainframe change.
That was kind of cool.
It seems the malfunctioning droids all imbibed from the same batch of nepenthe.
The particles are definitely present.
What are the chances that they're still active?
Really high. Oh,
All right, there's the
baby.
Darksaber.
You were right. Well, that lab just got a
They're still
redesign.
active.
Yeah.
Curious.
What?
They're actually nanodroids.
How did nanodroids get into the nepenthe?
What's that?
Just an aberration in the metal. Probably malleability limitations at this scale.
No. It's writing.
Oh.
Rotate the perspective.
There's no record of this transaction on the government registry.
Somebody's in trouble.
These droids were ordered by an individual.
Is there a name?
Jack Black.
Our head of security,
Ah.
Commissioner Hellgate.
I thought he was just a funny old dude.
They didn't malfunction. You programmed them to disrupt an attack.
You're coming with us.
Everyone! If I trigger this failsafe, it will convert the planet's docile workforce back into battle droids and unleash them upon the unsuspecting citizens of Plazir. Don't make me do it.
There's no way out, Commissioner.
I support democracy. Count Dooku was a visionary.
Okay.
He was cut short in his prime by the Jedi and forces.
I'm like, this dude's moving at 0.5 speed. You can definitely.
Politics.
That whole scene was just hilarious to me.
Hilariously dumb.
That's what makes it fun.
Like, what world are we living in that Grogu's chilling out with Jack Black and Lizzo?
It's the Disney universe, brother.
We found the cause of your malfunctions.
Is this true?
And I do it again too.
It is.
If it wasn't for these meddling Mandalorians.
Despicable. If that isn't the Quacta calling the Stiflings slimy.
I beg your pardon.
That made
This
sense.
planet is unrecognizable since he arrived.
Sure, he's made some mistakes in the past, but who here among us has not? Is there no room for a little bit of forgiveness in a galaxy so vast?
Perhaps someday I can earn such forgiveness.
No.
From your grace.
Perhaps.
This man's got Otto Hightower
Live in
vibes.
exile on the moon of Paraquat. You are now a knight of the ancient order of independent regencies. Go in peace, brave travelers, until our paths meet again.
My lord, my lady.
Are they playing catch?
Looked like it, yeah.
Mandalorians doing Mandalorian things? Or should I say human things?
I've come to reclaim my fleet.
It's no longer your fleet, is it? I'm now in command and grown quite fond of it.
Then I challenge you.
Okay.
One warrior to another. Do you accept my challenge?
Can't back down from a challenge.
I do.
Just glad it's not Sasha Banks. Throw bo-katan in the bank statement.
Oh. Better yield.
Get clapped.
You will never be the true leader of our people. You won't even take the dark saber from me. The ruler of Mandalore must possess the dark saber.
Then she shall have it.
Huh?
Doing this again?
This belongs to you.
It's not a gift to be given, no matter how well intended.
It's not a gift.
Are they about to fight?
While exploring Mandalore, I was captured, and this blade was taken from me. Bo-Katan rescued me and slayed my captor. She
That's what I'm
defeated
talking
the
about.
enemy that defeated me.
I mean, okay.
That's the loophole.
But that's not as fun.
Would this blade then not belong to her?
I don't care. This just means the love angle is back on.
Yeah.
And she gets the darksaber
Would
and
it
he
not
rides the
belong
mythosaur.
to her?
It would.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I return this blade to its rightful owner.
All right, round two. Yeah, I'm bricked. That's so cool to see in live action.
Yeah, great way to end the episode.
So, without getting into Rebel spoilers, I wish that was done a little different, but I'm fine with the loophole of she already earned it back. I'm fine with it. I don't love it. I'm not married to it, but I think it's better than her potentially. So I'm hoping this means she's not the villain.
Yeah,
because now she doesn't really. The only issue she has is Din's probably the one to ride the mythosaur. Meaning he's the rightful ruler of people of Mandalore. That's the only issue this creates. But that doesn't mean they can't do it together.
Yeah, I mean, if he can find a loophole for her to be the owner of the Darksaber, then I feel like they could also have one where they rule together. I mean, they're just kind of bending the rules and making their own as they go. Even last episode, the armor's like, bo-katan walks both worlds. Like, okay.
Right.
So they can do whatever.
They're certainly bending. So here is my issue with this episode. This episode was stupid fun.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
This is episode 6.
Yeah, we got 2 more.
I don't think you can have this as episode 6 in an 8 episode season.
Well, if this is going to be 6, then the next 2 have to be... They have to kind of wrap the season up nicely. And
so
at the very end of the season, they can give us like something else if we're going, which we probably are going into season 4, I assume. But
oh yeah.
Yeah, we need to see what's happening with Mandalore and the Mythosaur, because that was kind of our goal, is to get back to Mandalore now and start rebuilding it, and for Bo-Katan to ride the Mythosaur.
So,
well, that's what
I
she
thought
wants.
Andor was so good because the filler fit in between arcs. I don't feel like we've had arcs in this season, and that might just be like I would have taken this as the episode over the cloning one where they killed the doctor. I would have taken this all day. And I think a lot of this comes too with like, we've had these short ass episodes that you could fit this stuff in and make more room for more this season. I think this episode, now that we got to the end of it, serves its purpose. But dog, like, we just had Lizzo and freaking Jack Black.
Yeah.
In episode 6, like this is the type of fun episode that you get one of in the R8 episode seasons. Like, this is like the Frog Mom episode from season 1.
Mm-hmm.
This one was way more fun. Battle droids, Jack Black, Lizzo. Really like hilarious dialogue between Din and Bo, and like it was just like your typical cop procedural. It was really funny. I'm just like, I want the main story now.
Yeah, it's important as we draw to the end of the season, unless they're gonna expand upon it in another series, kind of like they did with Book of Boba Fett. They'll just like insert
Ahsoka?
the Mandalorian halfway through.
Maybe.
Could happen.
I'm just like, we've had so much time away from the main story in this season. And if you want to do that, add more episodes.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody would complain about that. No one. But
well,
we haven't really I don't feel like we've progressed the main story since they found the mythosaur.
I think all the people who are like, I don't know how long filming the episodes take, but after that, like all the post production, getting like the special effects right, trying to make the episode a masterpiece, basically. I'm not sure how long that process would take for this. I know we had a long time between season 2 and 3, so if they would have tried to make this season even longer, like let's say 12 episodes or something instead of 8, then I don't know how much longer we would have had to wait for that.
My point is, like, the writing in this season and the direction of this season has been significantly weaker than seasons past. And we're not to the end.
Mm-hmm.
So, 2 more episodes, it could hit a little 180 on me, a pop shove it. Yeah. But I'm upset with how much time we've spent away from the main story. Because it's like, bo-katan has the Darksaber. That's one of the most iconic shots. This is a mild Rebel spoiler. It's one of the most iconic shots of Rebels. And now we just got it in live action. And I only say this with Corey listening because I know he knows, at least he has the idea of it.
I mean, yeah, the way you were talking about it, it seems like she wields it.
Like, she had it.
Yeah.
And she lost it.
Mm-hmm.
So there's only one other time that would have happened. Anywho, freaking, that's cool. Her joining the culvert is cool, and like them saving Paz Vizsla's son to gain the trust, that's cool. But it's just like there's so much in this, in the last 3 episodes, not counting this one, that was like, it could have been fit into 1 or even 2 for that matter. The whole cloning arc that could have been spread into 2 episodes and then coincided that with the culvert, them joining the culvert, gaining Paz Vizsla's trust, etc., etc., etc. So it's just, they handcuff themselves by making it another 8-episode season. And I think that has really hurt the pacing. That's the word I'm looking for. It's really hurt the pacing of this season.
Mm-hmm.
Again, this episode was fun.
Yeah.
It was fun. We were laughing, having a great time. I love Star Wars like this. I'm not complaining about this episode. I just wish this season was shaking out different. Like, we're almost
pacing,
done.
Longer length on some of the episodes, or like condensing on some of the parts that aren't really as necessary to the main plot of season 3. I get what you're saying, because like we're limited with the amount of episodes we get, and the last thing we want to do is finish this season and like not have everything wrapped up cleanly and then have to wait years to get to the next season.
I'm counting on the turnaround being shorter. I will be very pissed off if it takes another 2.5 years to get season 4 of this show.
Well, I mean,
that's
to be fair, like the past 2-3 years have been a pretty rough time for the world. So
I agree, but there's a reason that viewership is down. This show should be their number 1 priority.
Yeah.
That's just my pleb opinion, but
yeah, I'm in the same boat with you. And I think all we can really do is hope that episodes 7 and 8 are like, from start
bangers.
To finish, just bangers. Yeah. They give us everything we need. And I know at least one of those episodes is going to be that way. What I hope is 7, it starts something crazy and then cuts off at the end. And then it's left for the finale episode. So kind of basically like a movie between episode 7 and 8, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that'd be ideal. little mini arc.
Mm-hmm.
I really think that the end, I'm hoping at least, the end of this season is going to set up the Ahsoka series. I know we're rumored to get an Ahsoka trailer this week with Star Wars Celebration being, I think, today, tomorrow. So that's ideal. But again, I don't want to hate on this episode too much.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm frustrated with the pacing of this season.
Yeah. No,
and unfortunately, this fun ass episode has to be held back because of that.
Yeah.
Maybe Star Wars Celebration isn't this week. I don't know.
I mean, with that being said, the like final, I don't know, what was it, like 5 or so minutes of this episode was the necessary part that they had to include in here. But yeah, just everything before that, super fun. Love seeing all the droids. Like a new planet, Jack Black, Lizzo. When I first saw them, it definitely broke my immersion a little bit, but I mean, that's to be expected.
It was funny that we noticed it at the same time.
Yeah, is that Jack Black? But yeah, I mean, it was just, it wasn't, I think what the previous 2 or 3 episodes have just been like throughout. It's been the main story. A lot of shit's been happening that is important. Like this kind of felt like a side mission, a very fun side mission, but still to spend like 40 of your 45 minutes with that when you know you're in the final stretch of season 3, it's just questionable.
I'd rather do this than episode 3, but
oh, for sure.
Yes.
Well, see, this was actually this had us laughing. It was entertaining. Episode 3. It
had no business being that long.
It was cool seeing Coruscant.
Yeah, but it had no business being 45 minutes.
Yeah.
This, there was a great writing, great interaction between characters, you know, the Darksaber changing hands, all that jazz. Like, it had every rhyme and reason to be 45 minutes. The only issue is it being episode 6 of a 8 episode season. That's the only issue. Only issue. Mm-hmm. I don't care about side quest episodes as long as the pacing for the season justifies side quest episodes. This season has not. That's the issue. Not the episode, the season. So, I will not count Dave Filoni out. I will not count Jon Favreau out, you know. I'm optimistic. I will be sitting right here next week watching episode 7, and I would be if we didn't have a YouTube channel. Because I love Star Wars, and I love this universe, the Mandoverse. And I'm really hoping that these next 2 episodes change my opinion on this season, because this has so far easily been the worst of the 3 seasons of The Mandalorian, which is really sad to say. But
I mean, it definitely has its high points. It's just, it dips rather than staying kind of, you know, consistent.
So I think the takeaways is you and I both enjoyed this episode.
Yeah.
We're kind of just airing our season grievances. You know what I mean?
We love The Mandalorian. We love Star Wars, and we just want it to be the best it can be. And yeah, it with 8 episodes, I think we've made it clear.
Right.
We're just a little bit worried.
And I feel like it sounds like we're shitting on it too much.
Mm-hmm.
And that's fine. But I want to make sure before, you know, we end this recording that you guys know this episode was great. It was fun.
Mm-hmm.
Made us laugh. If Star Wars was like this all the time, I'd be chill. But, you know, the main story has to be progressed. and I just feel like we're treading water. We're not making any headway. So, anyway, solid episode. And I'm ready for next week already.
Same here. Hopefully we have the whole squad, you, me, and Kojo. It's been a couple weeks. So.
I'm planning to turn that shot at the end with bo-katan with the Darksaber lit. That's going to be my new wallpaper for sure.
That's hot.
So, all right. Got anything else you want to add before we bounce and I go to sleep for the first time in 36 hours?
No, I'm good.
Cool. Well, if you guys disliked this episode, I guess, as much as we did. No, I'm just kidding. If you guys like this episode as much as we did, hit that like button, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next week's upload or anything else we have going on the channel. Like I said earlier, consider checking out some of the other content we have going on right now. There's plenty of stuff now, and there's plenty of stuff coming. So, you know, we're growing. We're trying to grow our content, get as much stuff out for you guys as we can. The Bad Batch, I've been saying this for weeks. It's coming back very soon. I know the show's over, but our reactions will be back very, very soon within the next couple of weeks. And we have a Patreon account where you can get full-length reactions to everything that's on our channel, 2-week early access to select shows that are on our channel, and consider joining our Discord where you can get the latest updates, talk to us about what you like, what you don't like, literally what you're doing in your day. If you just want friends, join our Discord. Kojo loves friends. And we have social medias, Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, and Instagram. And with all that being said, see you guys next week for episode 7.
See you then.